Sometimes you just gotta revert back to the present moment. Wishing you all happiness, clarity, and freedom today. Guys, I am in a crisis. Everything has gone wrong, everything's falling apart, and all I have is the present moment, consciousness. This brain, this body, everything else has failed. I'm in a crisis. It's all falling apart, it's all going wrong. And what I just realized is that when everything's falling apart, when everything is going wrong, when everything seems like the world is ending, you still got the present moment. Your heart is still beating, you're still here, you're still breathing. Okay? So, you've come a long way on your journey. You have come a very long way on your journey, and so have I. And a lot of times, we get caught up in the tiny, tiny details that literally don't matter. Okay, we get caught up in the tiny details. The hat's off today, guys. You like the hair? It's pretty long, I know. It's pretty crazy, but I don't care because it's a tiny detail that is so insignificant in the bigger picture of my life. So, like I said, a lot of times we get caught up in the little details. And these little details, although they are cool, it's cool to look at the little details, they distract us from seeing how far we've come. When we have little minor mishaps, when we have little minor things that go wrong along our journey, it seems like we're in a crisis. Everything's wrong, the world's falling apart, because we're focusing so directly on these little tiny details. Virgo moon, okay? Virgo. This is the sign of Virgo. Perfectionist, analytical. We focus on these tiny details so much sometimes that we convince ourselves that the world is ending, okay? We are so focused in and honed in on this matrix that we convince ourselves that the world is ending, we're in a crisis, everything's falling apart. But really, what you gotta do, and what I gotta do right now, is look at the bigger picture. Pisces. This is such a big theme in my life. I have a Virgo moon and I have a Pisces rising. The opposition of these two ideas in my life and in life in general. This is a very big life lesson, a very big life topic in general. Okay? If you focus on the little details too much, you get distracted from reality, the bigger picture, what is really going on. If you have a minor mishap, if you stray away from your goal, stray away from the right path, right? You stray away from the right path, you do something wrong, you mess up, you gotta understand that it's all a part of the journey. Look at the bigger picture and you realize how far you've come. You have come so far along your journey. You have evolved so much along your journey. You are spectacular. You have changed so much along your journey. And that is all that matters. Stop focusing on the little things that go wrong, the little minor things that are all just little tiny road bumps that are there for a reason, that will pass. Okay? These things will pass. But do your best to let go of your focus on these little things that are along your journey for a reason. And remember, put the pieces back together. Remember that you are on an epic journey. The reality is that you are on an epic journey and you have come such a long way. You have come so far, okay? This morning, I had a little minor mishap. Things didn't go right. The past few mornings, things haven't been going right. Things have been a little off, but I looked back at the present moment and I looked back at the bigger picture. Pisces, I looked back at the broad spectrum and I realized how far I've come. Okay? I used to not be able to do this right here. I used to not be able to do this, to talk this way, to be this comfortable in front of a camera, but now I am because I've come such a long way along my journey. And I encourage you to look at your own life And you know all these little minor mishaps that you have along your everyday life. There are a lot of things that get in your way that are very tiny and very insignificant, but a lot of times you focus on them and you make them significant. Whatever you focus on grows, remember. So we focus on these little details and we blow them up out of proportion. We focus on the details and we convince ourselves that in reality we are failures, we are losers, we are stupid, we messed up, and it's the end of the world, and nothing's ever going to be okay again. But you really got to look at your journey. Go back and look at your journey. Zoom out. Okay, zoom out. Look at the bigger picture. You are alive right now, your heart is beating, and you really have accomplished so many things. You have accomplished so many things along your path. Okay, think about 1 month ago. What I like to do a lot of times is go back 1 month ago. Just 1 month in your life. Could be even a year, but just go back a month and look at how much your life has changed in the past month. How many things in your life have changed in the past month regarding your internal condition, regarding your external condition, everything. Everything in your life, look how much has changed in the past month. And you'll notice that every single month of your life, big things change. Every single month, we go through so much evolution, right? The moon goes all the way around the earth. And as the moon goes all the way around the earth, slowly but surely, we are growing and we are evolving. I personally like to take pictures on my phone of my life and my camera roll, just so I can look back and look at the journey. And this is such a great thing to do. Just keep even a journal is good, but just keep a diary or a document of everything on your journey, along your journey. Because this is so great. When you have these little mishaps, when you have these little minor mishaps, things that go wrong, you can look back and look at your journey. Look back a month ago. Look where you were 1 month ago. And then you realize how far you've really come. You have come so far. You have accomplished so many things. You have grown in so many ways, even in the past month. And then you can go back a year. You can go back 1 year, and you are a completely different person. You are a completely different person than you were 1 year ago. And if we follow our intuition in every single moment of every single day, we do what is right, we do what we know is going to support our highest self on our journey. And again, there's going to be times where we don't do this. There's going to be times where we support our lower nature, where we divert from the correct path, and we go off the path and we do the wrong thing, and that is going to happen. But life is a constant flow, down and up and down, up and down. It is not supposed to be all up like this. Alright? You've heard this a lot, but the path to success does not look like this. It looks like up and down and jagged and everything. It does not look pretty. And that is how your journey looks. Okay, it's not going to look pretty. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. You're going to have days where you do the wrong thing, where you messed up. But it is so important to let these things go. And you can let these things go once you look at the bigger picture, once you realize that life really is so amazing, that I'm on this journey and this is all really happening right now. And I've grown so much, I've come so far, I've experienced so many things. You can really look at that in your own life along your journey. And it's so beautiful when you realize that, why was I focusing on these little things? Why was I worrying so much about these little things that didn't really matter in the long run? Alright, yesterday I was looking back in my life to about 6 months ago, 7 months ago maybe. Was it that long ago? No, it was longer. Probably 8, 9, 10 months ago. And I was trying to put myself back into the position of where I was, just because I have good memories from back then with my friends that I don't see too often now. I was trying to put myself back in that position, right? And when I was doing that, I realized that in that moment, I was probably worrying about so many little details. I was probably focusing on so many little things in my mind that were wrong, that weren't going right. But when I look back at it, that's not what I remember. You don't remember the little things. You remember the bigger picture. When you look back on your life, you remember the bigger picture. You remember what's really going on in the moment. You don't remember the little analytical thoughts that you're having, the worries that you're having, the fears. You don't remember those things. You remember the emotional signature. You remember the emotional signature of the moment. That is all you remember, okay? And that is why you remember the most traumatic events of your life. Because the more intense the emotion, the more real the emotion, the more you're going to remember that thing, okay? So when you look back on your life, you really realize that these little things don't matter. These little details do not matter. They only matter in the mind, and the mind plays tricks and illusions. But in reality, the emotional signature is all that matters. The emotions, the memories, the moments, the memories, the emotions, the bigger picture. The bigger picture is all that matters, okay? And this is what I'm starting to realize on my journey. I hope you are beginning to realize this as well. I want to wish you all such a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day. Go outside today. Experience the nature, the beautiful nature, the beautiful weather. I love all of you guys. You're all amazing, fantastic, wonderful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I love all you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.